Сайн байцгаана уу? Khishge Bagsh байна. I'm Khishge from Nomiin Ger. This is another video in our particle series. Today we're gonna learn about few more common particles. You can add this to your Mongolian speech. In our other videos, we already learned the idea of particles in Mongolian and some common particles to use. I'll put the links in the description below. Let me remind you quickly what a particle is. Particles are the little letters you see in a sentence all the time, like il, in, che, or shu. They're written separately after a word, so they're not suffixes. Maybe you're thinking, what are those letters? Can I just ignore them? So, the particles don't have lexical meanings. Instead, their function is to express the emotional tone of the speaker. These are tones or feelings like excitement, question, warning, or disagreement, etc. In this video, we chose to cover 5 particles which are quite common in daily conversation. Of course, I can't teach you all the usages of each particle, but at least it gives you an idea what they are and how to use them. Let's get started. Number 1. Particle shu. First particle we will talk about is shu. I think you guys have definitely seen or heard this. It comes at the end of a sentence. So usage of this particle is sometimes similar to how you use exclamation point in English. But this is not an exact translation. Basically, it adds more emphasis to what you're saying. So when you see or hear this particle, it is communicating something to another person, like affirmation, praise, warning, or an important information. It can be translated into different words in English, but it all depends on the context. Remember that it doesn't have an actual meaning. It's more of a feeling or intention of the speaker. One of the common uses of shu is affirmation. For example, in chohol shu, this is important, or this is indeed important. Here are some more examples. Itni hal qayamtda shu. Food here is really delicious. Bolchin shu, it's indeed working. Bi chadn shu, I can do it. Team shu, absolutely or indeed. Harta shu, love ya. If you guys want to learn more about how to say I love you, we have a video on that. I'll put the link in the description below. You can also use shu to praise someone. Tani Mongol hil сайн байна shu. Your Mongolian is really good. Миний найз ухаантай shu. You are indeed smart. Or you can tell your Mongolian spouse, Миний хайр хөөрхөн shu. You're so beautiful. But shu is not always used with something positive. For example, warning or threat. Энэ тийм амархан юм биш шүү. It's not that easy, you know. Болохгүй шүү. Don't do it. Би хэллээ шүү. I told you. Болохгүй. Унан шүү. Don't. You'll fall. Another usage of shu is with important information. Маргааш хуралтай шүү. We have a meeting tomorrow. Би хагас санд очин шүү. I will come on Saturday. Би явлаа шүү. I'm leaving. Гадаа хүйтэн байна шүү. It's cold outside. Okay, number 2. The next particle we look at is da, de, do, de. This particle expresses something similar to shu, but you're not necessarily communicating any intention to other people. Instead, it could be just saying something to yourself. Meaning and how it's translated depends on the context as well. This particle could have a million different meanings, but we can still look at common examples. Гадаа гоё байна да. It's really nice outside. Маргааш сайхан амарна да. I'm gonna have a good rest tomorrow. Гоё доо. It's nice. Гэртээ орё доо. Well, I will go inside. Хичээндээ. I'll try my best. Another usage goes after verb stem and expresses asking someone to do something or telling the other person that you would do something. It's similar in tone to are. It's polite but it's still a command. For example, хэлдэ. Say, энийг хардаа. Look at this. Энийг сонсдоо. Listen to this. Энийг амсаад үзтээ. Try this. Би харъя да. Let me see. Би бодъё доо. Let me think about it. Number 3. Shude or ishte. The shortened form is sht. This is very common in everyday speech. You will hear all the time. It is used to express confirmation. Sometimes it can be translated as, you know. This is also sort of an exclamation mark in English. For example, insano, sanshte. Is it good? It's good. Tino, tishte. Really? Yes. Chi chatho, challengete. Can you really do it? Yes, I definitely can. Hamagushite. It doesn't matter, you know. Би чамд хэлсэн штэ. I told you. Болохгүй штэ. No, you can't. I think this one is relatively easy. So you guys should try to use it in your everyday speech. Here are some couple slang words you might hear as well. Yak shte. Yak means exactly, so this means yeah, right. It's sarcastic and the speaker doesn't believe it. Surte shte. This means like don't be so dramatic. But be careful when you use this. Depending on the situation, it could sound offensive, but if you're with a close friend, it's fine. We can use it in some light and playful way. For example, say your friend doesn't want to go out to meet you in a cafe because it's hot outside. Then you could say, Surte shte, it's only a couple blocks. And they'll say, Zaza, I'll come. Number 4. Next particle is yum. The function of this particle is to intensify a bit. It's difficult to translate, but I will give some examples. We will look at few ways to use this particle. For example, in jochen tomyum. This is a bit big. Amarchan bishum. It's not easy. Inetteyum. It's funny. John and Irhim. John will come here. Togusim. I'm joking. I'm kidding. Bi mided basim. I knew it. Here's an important pronunciation tip. It's not too hard to grasp. For this particle, in spoken language, the U sound is dropped. Then, in sound is linked to the preceding word. This way, a vowel sound is inserted. For example, Amarchan bishum would become Amarchan bishim. Sometimes it also makes in sound in. Inetteyum becomes inetteyin. Inetteyin. John and Irhim becomes John and Irhi. Togulsiyum, togulsi. Bi mided basiyum becomes bi mided basi. As you have probably seen, the particle yum goes with question particle u or we. This expresses surprise or confirmation. For example, Ta энд амьдардаг юм уу? Do you live here then? Хизээ ирсэн юм бэ? Wait, when did you come? Та юу хийдэг юм бэ? But what do you do? Чи маргааш ирэх юм уу? Are you coming tomorrow then? What about pronunciation here? Yes, the same rule applies. It all sort of gets squished together. For example, та энд амьдардаг юм уу becomes та энд амьдардаг юм уу? Хизээ ирсэн юм бэ becomes хизээ ирсэн бэ? Та юу хийдэг юм бэ? Та юу хийдин бэ? Чи маргааш ирэх юм уу becomes чи маргааш ирэх юм уу? Here is another usage of yum. It is the last we will look at. The particle yum often comes with ban to form yum ban. It means just found out, learned, or realized. For example, let's say you try new food or drink. Like you try Mongolian milk tea for the first time, and you learned it's salty. And then you say, Mongol sute cha davste yum ben. Or suppose you traveled to Mongolia and found out that Mongolians eat a lot of meat. But for some reason you didn't know that before. In this case, you would say, Mongolchod mach ich iddig yum ben. Mongolians sure do eat a lot of meat. Another example, Goy yum ben. You just learned it's nice. Unte yum ben. I just learned it's expensive. Number 5. Bids or bidsde. This is the last particle we're talking about. It expresses assumption and it's translated as tag question. For example, in goy байгаа биз? It's nice, isn't it? Мэднэ биз дээ. You know, right? Та ирнэ биз дээ. You're coming, right? Танд энэ ном байхгүй биз? You don't have this book, do you? Та энэ тухай мэдэхгүй биз? You don't know about it, do you? Чи санаж байгаа биз дээ? You remember this, don't you? Now let's see more examples with all the particles we learned. Let's go to this slide.
Үнэн шүү. Би энийг авлаа шүү. Чамайг ээжэд хэлэн шүү. Бид нар очиж гин шүү. Энд зогсдоо. Нааша алхтаа. За би одоо явъя да. Би мэдээгүй штэ. Чамд өгсөн штэ. Мэдэн штэ. Та чадан штэ. Энэ хямдхан биш юм. Би мэдээгүй. Би тэднэрт хэлсэн. Чи яагаад ирсэн бэ? Чи энд удах юм уу? Дуудлага нь хэцүү юм байна. Надад байхгүй юм байна. Та чадна биз дээ? Мартаагүй биз?
So just remember what we learned today is that the particles express idea, intention, or emotion of the speaker. Of course, depending on the context, meaning, or translation varies. За, өнөөдрийн хичээл ингээд дуусчихна шүү. Тийм ч хэцүү биш байгаа зү? Thanks for watching. I hope this helps you to understand the usage of particles that we talked about, as well as an idea of particles in general. You should also check out other particles videos to get a better idea. I'm Khishge from Nomiin Ger. Remember to like and share this video, subscribe to our channel. Also, you can visit our website for more learning materials. Баярлалаа. Баяртай. Дараа уулзъя.